Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tap House Talks, brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. Check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Well, I am here at Baseline Tap House in Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, and as always, I have a very special guest with me today. Now, I am playing fast and loose with very special, but it's my friend Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Hello.
What are you drinking today, Brandon?
Oh my gosh, okay, so it's delicious. This is what I love to get, is whatever soda they have going on.
Yeah.
So I did their
strawberry hibiscus soda, yeah. Which is a free refill. That's a free refill, not the lemonade. The soda, not the lemonade, though. So, but yeah, and you got it with a double shot of vodka in it, because we are recording this on a Baseline Friday. So
that's right.
It's our Friday, and literally it's like 5 o'clock right now. Yeah. So it is 5 o'clock right here. So cheers to you.
Cheers to that.
There you go. Cheers, cheers, cheers to everybody out there. Now, the reason why I picked Brandon, who has no social media whatsoever, which is wild to me. But the reason why I picked you is because we've been friends for a few years now, and we knew each other before you moved here.
That's true.
Where did you move here from again? Amish country?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Not Amish country.
Well,
I mean,
close,
kinda.
Yeah. But yes, Pennsylvania, and you've been here for a while now, and I thought we could have a fun conversation about it, what it was like to move to Walt Disney World,
sure.
You know, and then your perception and like your experiences and how that changes from like, you know, always wanting to be like, I want to live where the magic is. Yeah. And then you get here and, you know, everybody, you know, whether you've heard that or not, like it kind of warps and changes and whatever. So, so tell me about what it was like to move here. You wanted to move here for Disney, right?
Yeah, actually, we moved here specifically for Disney.
Yeah.
There wasn't another reason. I mean, Florida's great.
What year did you actually move here?
Oh gosh, you know, we moved
2016?
No, 2019.
19.
Like, and we moved right before the world was like,
yeah.
So, and
I had met you before that, though.
Oh yeah. We've known each other, oh gosh, I think since 2014, 2015.
No, I didn't work for the Diz until 2015, so I definitely know you because of that. But it was early on, so that's why I was like, I guess you lived there. You were living there a lot longer than I realized. You just came down frequently because your DVC, you bought DVC first, right?
Yeah, and that's the one thing that you were like the youngest DVC member I know.
I remember you said that, and you were like, do you want to go to this party? And I was like, and you're like, I'm not weird. Here's a picture of me and my husband. And I was like, well, that feels weird. But then I was like, okay.
I remember, so we booked the party, and we had all this...
It's at Magic Kingdom, right?
Yeah, and we had extra tickets, because not everybody could attend. And I was like, oh, Rhino seems cool. I'll go ahead and just send him an email and be like, hey, I have an extra ticket if you want to go. Here's a photo of like my husband and I, so you don't think I'm like some creeper. Yeah. And he still did anyways, and it's fine.
And I still do to this day. To this day. So, yeah.
But you know what? You were so gracious, and you accepted, and we walked around with your friends.
Well, I'll do a lot. I'll do for free ice cream sandwiches.
No.
Because there were free ice cream sandwiches there that time.
Back in the day, that was like one of the original when they had both, and now they don't.
Yeah.
So now it's just the Mickey bars, and the only place you can get the sandwiches.
Mickey bars. Yeah.
Well, the only place you can get the sandwiches is if you do the Typhoon Lagoon. When you do that DVC Moonlight Magic.
Okay, so I haven't done. I think being friends with you now, we did Magic Kingdom. We've definitely done Epcot. Is that it, or have we done?
We've done Animal Kingdom, I think.
I thought we did Animal Kingdom too. That's why I was like, so I'm.
They're hard to get into now.
I've done a DVC party at Hollywood Studios. Like other friends have invited me, so I'm like, if ever you do get into one of the water parks, let me go.
Okay, I've been to all of them. But I will tell you, they are challenging now to get into. I feel like everyone's like, I want in. And I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to log in and get in. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How? It's nuts. But yes, so 2019 we moved down, and you know, it got to the point that...
Do you guys still own DVC?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We did not get rid of it.
I couldn't remember.
If someone were thinking, like if you are a DVC member and you're like, you know what, I'm going to move to the Magic, still keep it. And the reason why is because you still want to stay on property every now and then. You have family that comes in that wants to stay. And you know, I will say it's interesting. You move to Florida and everyone thinks that they're going to stay with you.
Yeah. And the answer to that is
The
usually
answer to that is,
oh, sorry, we're busy this week.
I mean, there's a select few that I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. But where we're lucky is we're about an hour and 20 minutes
okay,
away.
so I do have a question about this. So you're
Yeah.
like on what's considered the Palm Coast? Or
So we are
South Beach?
We're in
No,
Melbourne.
South Beach is
so
okay.
we're in Melbourne.
Okay.
So we are on the ocean side.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I'm 37 minutes to the ocean, but I mean mileage wise, it's like 15. But it's the way you got to take causeways, the bridges and such.
I mean, what's good for you, at least where you did end up moving, is that it got built up a lot since you've lived there. Like now there's
My
like
gosh.
actual stores and restaurants to
Yep.
go to. And I remember before you were like, there's not even a grocery store.
Oh, I was like, there's nothing
Yeah.
around me, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But at the time, I was like, I want to do this inexpensive.
Yeah.
And it was a brand new build. And
Yeah,
it
because I was going to
super
ask,
cheap.
how did you end up that far away?
Yeah.
Were you just desperate to get here from there, or were you like, was it
Yeah.
calculated that you wanted to give distance between you and the park?
These are such good questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna, and if you don't answer, I'm sending this to your mother afterwards. She's gonna want to know.
Well, the thing is you've met my mother, so
Yeah,
he
I
actually
know,
might.
yeah.
Okay, so the thing was, with the company I worked for, an opening was posted right around there, and I was like, all right, this isn't bad. And we had really good friends that we actually met on a Disney cruise. We met Mark and Mel on a Disney cruise, and they live down here in Melbourne.
I think I met them, right?
Yeah, you've met them too. And so they live down here, and a job opening happened to pop up, and I was like, we're going for this. Like, we're just going to do this. We're going to move. Yeah, it's about an hour and 20 minutes away, but it's a little outside of it. But what's nice is it's not in the touristy bubble.
Yeah, because I've obviously been to your house quite a bit. You were my saving grace during the lockdown of COVID. You were like the only house I would leave and go to, because I was like, well, they're an hour and a half away and they don't leave their house, and I need somewhere to do arts and crafts. So, but yeah, I mean that is what's like very. I will say your area is very refreshing in that way, where it feels very local, like a local, filled with locals, but you're also not away from anything. Not that I'm trying to convince anybody to move that far away or anything.
No, I
but
have a target 17 minutes for me. Like,
but I think it's important for like that perspective of like when you live in Amish country, Pennsylvania, and you come to, you're thinking like, I'm going to move to Walt Disney World, and here's the thing. If you're commuting on how long was the flight like for that? 2.5 hours? 3
Okay,
hours?
so everyone always asks, they were like, so you finally did it. You finally made the move. And I'm like, you're right, because we were coming down the last year, right before we moved, it was 11 times.
Oh my God,
in
good
1 year.
Lord. See, that's why I think I thought you lived here longer than you did, probably.
11 times. And people are like, what? That's nuts. But when Spirit and Frontier at the time were running flights for $40
that's
round
true.
trip.
That is true,
like
yeah.
$70 round trip. It was cheaper for us we had an annual pass, so it was cheaper for us if we had 2 days off to get up, drive to Cleveland, which was like an hour and a half from where we lived, catch that flight, come on down, spend park open to park close, and then drive back and like it was so fun. I'm now too old and I don't know if I could do it, but we were just up like nonstop. But it was cheaper for us to do that than to stay home, because we found
well,
that
if you have the
spending,
DVC, I guess you're not paying for the hotel, right? So it's like
we weren't paying for it, or we would look and see if there was like a value resort open for that weekend. Like, was there something that
you
was
spend
open?
more money. I feel like I'd spend more money going out on the town or whatever, than like just being like, oh, let me pop down to Disney or something like that. That's interesting.
You got to think
this is not an episode of a DVC or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just I'm curious. So.
No, you got to think like back then, that's when you could get a value resort for under $100. So
remember those?
It was
remember the days? It's crazy how quickly everything changed.
Yeah,
it was really
fast.
like it was like that. Like, it's like people. I feel like we're that meme where it's like, sure, grandma, the like young.
Oh, I don't know this
kid.
one.
Oh God, of course not. You don't have the internet. He's trying to stay true to his Amish roots.
Here,
I apologize if I offend anybody that is of the Amish country, but I'd like questions. I'd like you to answer me. What are you doing watching this? Right? Don't they not embrace technology? I don't know. We'll get into that in our Amish podcast later on.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I will say they have the best peanut butter
I
fluff
have
ever.
visited Amish country in
good.
Pennsylvania though too, and I will say this. Yeah, no joke. The food,
food is insane.
everything there. And it's beautiful, Eric. Honestly, it's
beautiful.
Because we used to go to Hershey Park all the time, and that was like you
know
kind of had
that.
to like cross through that. Oh yeah, yeah. So that was when I was growing up. That was a big like my mom. We'd go there maybe every other year or something.
You know,
like
I've
that,
never
so.
been to it, and it's not even that far.
Yeah,
I would
what the
fly to
heck?
Disney instead.
Girl, now you're drinking all those espresso martinis. I was like, you can go over there and get a peanut butter cup martini that will change your life. The last time I was there was 2015 because we did a Disney when I first started working here, and that was the first one I went to, and it was great, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. But so now you've been here for a couple of years,
Yeah,
and now
4
you've
years.
lived an hour and a half away
Hour and a half.
for a couple
Yeah,
of
about.
years.
That's a good way to look
but
at it.
I find that you still get my perspective of you is you're still very excited about stuff. Like I remember specifically this day on Earth Day, this year on
This
Earth
year.
Day, you were like, I'm already at the park, and I'm like, girl, it is 9 a.m. on my weekend, you know, that doesn't technically exist, and I'm like,
Well, I was like, I
and you're
want
like,
this
I
Pumbaa
want the
popcorn.
Pumbaa, yeah. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, I'm getting this popcorn bucket. That's what I thought.
And you
would
were
only
like,
be
do
out
you
that
need,
day.
I got like, woke up to like 15 messages. I'm at the park. We parked at the park. I'm walking into the park. I'm in the park. Oh, they have the popcorn bucket. Do you want the popcorn bucket? I got you the popcorn bucket. I have 2 of
I
the
feel
popcorn
like
buckets.
slightly embarrassed right now that this is all true, and I live
Yeah.
here, and this is exactly.
I mean,
how
it's
it went
fine.
down.
I did come and meet you that day,
You
though.
did.
So you know what's nice about people like you is I feel like sometimes when I get a little maybe jaded or like whatever, you have somebody who still will get excited about those kind of random. They are random, like smaller things that you're like, oh, this is exciting. Like I love to get caught up in things. It's why we all like Twilight movies. We all got caught
yeah,
up.
we
you know?
did.
Yeah. Don't pretend like you've seen them.
I've seen a couple. No, I've seen them all. I'm gonna shine bright like a diamond.
Okay, that's not one of the songs, but it should have been.
It should have
because
been.
they do shine bright like
Yeah,
a diamond. So
I'm just
it's
saying.
fine. Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, I'm just curious. Like, you know, are you? Because you were all friends on my Disney experience, so it's funny. Like, I'll sometimes be slightly offended because I'll see your husband's name pop up and be like, oh, I see they have park reservations for today.
And
How
then I don't
interesting."
invite him.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's fine.
Ooh,
But
there's hostility
so
in
clearly,
that.
you still enjoy driving here, right? Like,
Okay,
like I'm just curious how your perspective
I don't enjoy the
shifts.
drive. I will say that, but it keeps it a treat.
Yeah.
So it's still a treat because you have to make that commitment to drive. You're thinking if it's one day, that's 3 hours. It's
Yeah,
3 hours.
yeah.
of your
If you
day.
do it back and forth.
Yeah.
I think you finally have resolved to sometimes having to just sleep over at my house, though.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't make it back because I stayed for fireworks, and I'm now getting to that age where I'm like, no, I will fall asleep.
I can't. Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's weird. It's crazy how it's like, once you start to feel it, it's like, I feel like I'm one of those people where I'm like, I need to pull over and do like backflips on the side of the road before I can like snap out of it. And then that's only going to get me 20 more minutes.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know.
No, some days, but you know what? It's still like, there's the magic and you just want to be here to see it. And I think my favorite part about living here, if I were to really sit down and think about it right now,
Yeah.
is that I don't feel rushed. Like, I don't feel the need to fly down here and do everything that I want to do because I'm not going to be able to do it again for another month and a half. Like,
Yeah.
I can come here, take my time. If I want to get my strawberry hibiscus, then that's what I do that day. And that's what I do. I might not even, I go to the parks and not even ride a ride. I would never do that if I flew there.
I think when you become an annual pass holder who is here frequently, I do feel like that starts to shift. Like, you just like to be in the atmosphere. I think that's why I
Exactly.
like, literally why
I
I
want the
started this
escape.
thing. The Baseline Tap House feels like, you know, you're still, you know, we like Disney,
Yeah.
but like, it's just the vibe that they've cultivated in this one little area that I feel like is very unique to this spot that is different than any of the other parks. It's not Rose and Crown at Epcot, it's not wherever. There's nowhere else that you can just like sit, enjoy the pretzel or the charcuterie board or a drink or whatever and just be like, you know, like right now, I mean, I think we can see them behind you. The Edison bulbs are like turned on, and like I like there's always like a little bit of a breeze right here. And you said to me, because normally I sit flip flop, you're looking behind me, and like it's a great people watching spot.
And I am a people watcher. Like, that is such a great pastime. I'm working from home. I need things like this. I don't see people otherwise.
Yeah.
So for me right now, it's kind of hard to even do to have this conversation because I'm watching the background, and like I feel like I have shifty eyes because I'm like, oh my gosh, like so many people. And what it is,
when don't you?
Well, you know, it's their outfits. I love seeing like, okay, they're coordinating. Like right now we have like dual matching ears walking by. I'm like, did they do that on purpose or did they own them? Like, I always wonder these things.
I know it's crazy, but I do feel like we become a little bit more, and this is I think why I love Disneyland so much, is like there's a lot more people at Disneyland that this is the norm. And so I feel like their parks, maybe, just my perception, not a reality, I don't know, you know, it's just that they have more of people like us who like to do that than the other way. And here, we're the minority, and then, so it's like an interesting, it's just interesting economy, and you know.
Well, you're exactly right. And I will tell you, I have noticed, like, because I just like pop in and out here, you get a lot of the cast members asking you if you're a cast member. They're like, oh, are you a cast member?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
you know, I never thought of that before. Well, because I was, so that's why I'm like, oh, not anymore. And I think like, oh, maybe they, I just never thought of that like that, yeah.
No, I get it a lot. And honestly, I know it sounds crazy.
You do have a cast member attitude a little bit, though. Yeah, yeah, a little bright-eyed and bushy-tailed,
Well, sometimes I think it comes down to the shoes, because if you're not in tennis shoes, they're like, if you're not in sneakers and they're like, oh my gosh, he's in like a button-up and not in tennis sneakers, then maybe he must be a cast member, or he knows something, or he's smiling.
You did give me like manager vibes. Like if all we need for you for Halloween is like a picker, a picker. And I'm like, and then you've got your costume now. So
I'm going to do that next time.
All right, so you lived here for forever, and we talked about this while we were walking in from the parking lot, but, you know, you've got a list, right? Like, okay, are there still things now? Because I still have things when I moved here, because I unintentionally moved here, but you intentionally moved here. Like, mine was just sort of, I was like, caught up in a tsunami sort of a situation, whereas you were like made that decisive choice. And so like, but me having gone from like a cast member to this job to whatever, you know, and Disney kind of changing as much as it does frequently, I know it's not always big changes. Sometimes it's little changes like new restaurants or even smaller changes, just new menus, new drinks, whatever. You know, I feel like I have a running list of some things where I try to check off. Like this year, you know, something I did that I had said I was always going to do. I finally did Cinderella's Royal Table. I had never been up in there in the castle before. Yeah, we did it for a dining review. I went with Craig and Erica, and it was great. And you know what I really want to do? I want to do it again. Maybe we should book it, because I would love to do it like dinner.
Wait, you haven't done dinner?
No, we did daytime.
Oh, well,
yeah, we did lunch.
Menu, isn't it?
So, it might be, but the server, there was like somebody in there was talking to me where they were like, the ambiance kind of really changes a lot because it gets a little more like sort of, you know, the lighting's lower and it's darker out the window, so it gets a little more like romantic, like the scene, you know, being set behind you.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh no, I know, it's hilarious. But I want to know, like, are there things on your list? Like, have you been like checking off lists, or have you?
Yes.
You know, like.
Go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead. Tell me, and then I'll have follow-ups. I'll have follow-ups.
No follow-ups.
I'll have follow-ups.
There are so many things. So, as everyone knows, there's so many restaurants here.
Yeah.
You can't possibly get to them all.
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of like checking those off, and I've also been checking off the times that I go to them. So I will have to say my most favorite meal, and I had great company as well. Now, Rhino, you weren't one of them. But,
I was like, I don't think we've dined here really together.
No. The California Grill at the Contemporary. We did it.
I still haven't done like a proper dinner
for fireworks.
Yeah, I bet it was gorgeous.
Best. And okay, so
the food was good though. Like, I know it's expensive.
Good.
Yeah,
worth
it?
It was pricey. For me, it was worth it.
Yeah.
And we decided, so this is the thing, we lived here, so we decided, you know what, we're going to dress up. We wore blazer jackets, and we had like on our dress shirts with
Must have
jeans.
seen the park reservation in the app that day. Sure, sure.
I see that. No. But I will say, I love that we were able to, one, dress up, get some photos, and then we had our little apps, and then like, okay, now it's time to go watch the fireworks, and we had our drinks, and we got to walk outside.
The outside area, it's cool.
See the fireworks, and then you're drinking your drink, you're enjoying it, and you come back in and have dinner.
So, because you're a DVC member, can you not go into the Bay Lake Tower and the club in there and watch it?
No, you have to be staying on property.
Oh, so you can't just come in, you have to be, okay, interesting. All right.
So what do they call it? The Villains Lounge
Yeah,
now?
it's new. I haven't been there since it turned into that.
I have.
But I'd be interested to go. I mean, that's a great place to watch fireworks too. But,
It is.
But yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
So the other
Wait,
thing
so
that-
do you have
go ahead.
big? So that was a big thing. But what do
Huge.
you have? Like, what's your like North Star? What's the one where you're like, this is a big get? Do you have one?
Yeah, I have two.
Okay.
One is I want to do the nighttime safari that takes place at, I believe, Kidani Village. There's a
That's
night-
like the hotel, right? Yeah.
you just go there and they'll give you the night goggles and you do a whole safari.
Oh, yes,
I haven't
yeah,
done
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I haven't done it. And I want to do that. And now that I live here, I'm like, okay, I live here. Maybe I'm saving on cost of flights, which I'm not because I spend it all on food. But I want to do a VIP tour. I haven't done one, and I want to see it. Now, hold on. Let me take that back. DVC. I don't know if they still do it. People have to write in the comments. But they used to do one where it was on Wednesday mornings. You could go and ride Soaring in the morning. It was free. You could ride Soaring.
Soarin'.
Soarin'.
No G.
There's
Yeah.
no G.
No G.
Soarin'. Soarin'. You could ride it, but then you would go behind the screen and you would watch it from behind the
Oh,
screen
that's
with people
cool.
on it.
I did that on that one ABD I did in California.
Yeah.
For work. That was like, they took us back there and I was like, that's cool.
It
yeah.
was super cool.
Yeah.
So I did do that because it was free. But I want to do the one with a big group of friends here in Disney World, where it's
Yeah,
like
because I
Keys
think
to
you
the
can
Kingdom.
do up to 10 maybe or something like that.
Then it's like seems, I don't want to say reasonable because
No, but
like,
if
it's
you
still
divide
pricey,
it per
but-
person, it's not for what you could potentially accomplish.
Yeah.
I do still think it's within reach of being like, if you're doing what you're talking about, like a big like, let's just do, especially if you're people who don't come here often. For me, just because of what we do for work and everything, I have been fortunate enough to have been on a couple here, and
so lucky.
it is that VIP experience that you want where they tour you around. You know, I'm not trying to sell it or anything, but you know, I've had friends who have worked in it and stuff like that, and I feel like knowing you, I think it would be something that you wouldn't be upset having done, but I do think you want to do it at that price point where it's like,
Oh, I need multiple
Full.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full, yeah.
I want to wear the little headset and walk around where they're telling me all about things.
yeah.
I know.
I don't think
wanna
you
be
do that
person.
on the VIP tour,
Well,
but I
in
think that's a
my
different tour.
mind,
But yeah,
I wanna
think you
know
want a Keys to
everything.
the Kingdom where they like
Yeah.
take you through the tunnels underneath and stuff. Like,
The only thing I'm worried about that, I gotta admit, so I want to do it so bad, right? But I also don't want to destroy the magic because I'm worried I might see something that I shouldn't see.
I don't think on that. I think on that tour they're very actively trying not to get you. But when you're a cast member walking through there, there's no telling what turn you're going to make and what you'll see by accident. It's Indiana Jones. Is that what
Oh
you
my
heard,
gosh,
the
yeah, it just
explosion?
went off and there was fireworks and I was like,
yeah. Wait, so wait. So the VIP tour is your North Star. That's your, like, for me, the big thing for me was the Cinderella Castle. I know it's like, I know ultimately people were just like, it's meh. You know, but for me it was like about
the
being
food is
in the
good.
castle.
Actually, the food was
I
great.
made bad choices when I ate there,
what
but
did you get?
I got like a fish that came in a bag.
Oh no, I got the beef.
Yeah, I think
great.
Craig got the beef, and I was like,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not against doing it.
So-
I would love to do it for a dinner, and it will still be my like farewell, goodbye, farewell, blah blah blah.
All right, well, maybe we'll do that. Maybe I might book it. I don't know. But I will tell you, we did that for the 50th, and this was when it was on October 1st.
Wait,
the day of the 50th.
you ate in the castle on the 50th?
Yes,
Oh,
I
God.
did.
Of course you did.
Oh, well, I will take my.
He's got a cricket that he
I
is
do.
not afraid to use. He
Nope.
made specialty umbrella, specialty
I made an
shirts.
umbrella.
Yeah.
I made shirts. I had people walking up to me like, "Where did you buy that?" And I was like, "I made it." And then this lady got so mad, she was like, and walked away. I was like, "I'm sorry." But no, my good friend Karen, God bless her. Hey, Karen.
She's a Karen.
No,
I'm just
she's
kidding. I'm
not.
not. She's nice.
She was
I'm
like,
better.
out of all times that my parents named me Karen, and
Yeah,
she's
I
not.
know,
She's
yeah.
actually, I adore her.
Karen's the one who likes to buy the little crystal figurines.
That's Becca.
Becca. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Becca was the one that got us into the Contemporary for that great meal. But Karen is the one that got us in on the 50th, on the 1st, into Cinderella's table, and I went nuts. It was like the perfect atmosphere. There was this chocolate dome over
Yeah.
a white slipper.
I think you were sending me pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Well, it was hysterical because we were one of the first ones.
Yes, and you told me about this. Yeah, tell the story. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so we were one of the first ones to order it for the server, right? And so she was adorable, like the sweetest woman. And she brings it out and she's so excited. She has the hot caramel sauce that she's, gonna pour on this chocolate dome so it melts away and reveals the, glass slipper underneath. So she's like, okay, they told us to pour it in one spot. So she pours it. And she's pouring it. and nothing happens. Nothing. And so the whole thing is gone. And she's like, I'll be right back. She goes and gets another caramel. She pours it.
Literally, you guys are
Nothing
getting
happens.
diabetes while you're watching
Oh
it.
my gosh, it's just a soup bath underneath the
Yeah,
caramel.
it was-
And so they bring out the chef, and the chef like comes over, and oh, it was one of those moments that it went terribly wrong, but for the best reasons,
Yeah.
because I will never forget it.
That's
Like,
so funny.
it ended up we had to crack it and open it, and it was.
CJ was here that day too, because you met CJ
Yeah.
when we came to the park. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
it was
that.
fun.
Yeah,
It was fun.
It was the day I got those awful chicken. I thought they were going to be like sweet chili chicken tenders, and they were literally just awful chicken tenders. Like 3 chicken tenders in the basket with the sweet chili just dumped on them, and not even a lot. It was like somebody took a brush, and I was like, "These are terrible. Why this happened?" But that day was great because everybody was at Magic Kingdom, and I remember we ended the day. We did almost all 4 parks, but we decided we were like our feet were killing us, so we didn't go to Epcot because I think they were also debuting the show, and I was like, it'll be a madhouse over there.
Oh yeah, they did.
And so I'm
love
like,
that
we
show.
came here though, and CJ and I, we walked onto Rise of the Resistance. Walked onto it, and he loved it, and he loves Star Wars, so that's why I was like, it was good. And that was our first time doing the Star Wars stuff. So, and
Oh, I
he,
didn't know that.
yeah, because you were with me when he built the lightsaber.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In California, because we went to the Pride
Yep.
night. Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Oh, which we will definitely be getting tickets to the second they announce that. 2
I'm
nights.
doing both.
2 nights.
I-
What if they do more?
I will do them all. We'll just stay out there for a month.
Just rent an apartment. Yeah.
It's fine.
We just, you know what? Let's just move there.
Just
move there.
I mean, this thing's kind of cool. Brought to you by Dreams.
I still am. I am a pass holder. You know, so out there.
I was
so.
considering it. I'm like,
Yeah.
should I? I don't know. But I will say on the first when we were there, we didn't stay in the hub, and so many people stayed there. We got on all the rides. They were short wait times because
Yeah.
everybody wouldn't leave.
I love when a big event like that happens here because you just have to invert yourself. Don't go to the big event. Well, so this week we filmed a Festival of the Holidays video, and normally we're there day 1. And this, it's been going on for like a week because I was in Milwaukee with Kim, and so it was crazy because it was really nice and light. The weather was great. We still had a bunch of people who came up to say hello, who watched the show, and I love that. Like that literally happened right when I went up to get our drinks, and it's like so much fun for me to meet people who watch this stuff in real life. I feel like you validate me, so I appreciate it. But
I'm usually the photographer. I
Yes,
usually stop
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, I will take the
oh,
photo.
can I take your photo? It was one of those moments where I had to be like, do you guys want to take a picture? They're like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because sometimes I don't like asking because someone said no once. And I was like, okay. But I get
love it when
messages
they
all
ask.
the time.
I
from
love it
people
when
like,
they ask you and they're like, may I take a picture? I love that. It just shows that like what you're doing, it's worth it.
Okay,
People are
enough
watching.
about me. We'll talk about me
I know,
later.
I know.
We're losing light here because it's getting dark. But on the way in, you told me there was like a big 3.
Oh
Three.
yeah, so
What's
we're
the big
doing the
3?
Christmas party.
Is that a thing you've never done before?
We have done it, but there are 3 brand new items that I want to try.
Okay, tell me what they are and I'll tell you if I had them.
Okay, so I don't have them in front of me, but there is one that I specifically remember. I think it's at Pecos, Bill's, and I think it's the eggnog mousse.
Had it. Go ahead.
It's like the mousse, right?
Yep,
It's a
yeah. It
reindeer
literally
thing?
looks like a reindeer, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it good?
Had it. Tell me the next thing.
Oh no, I was most excited about that
It's
one.
not
so I
good,
remember.
Brandon. Put it on the bottom of your list.
No,
you
that's
know
all
how
I
much I
wanted.
love eggnog. You
That's
know
why
how
I
much
love
I love
eggnog.
eggnog. Trash. It's not good. It's not good. It's in our review. Like, it's not bad. It's not good. I would never get it again. It's basically a blob of
Does
eggnog.
everybody
and
see
a
my
thin
sheer
blob of
disappointment?
chocolate.
I just want to say, like, that's fine.
Okay, what's the other thing?
well,
I mean, you still get it because
I
it's
know,
still pretty for your
I'm still
picture.
gonna get it.
so.
But then I saw that they had a sugar plum soft serve.
I did not get that, but I would have been interested in that.
I don't know what sugar
I don't
plum
know what it
tastes
is
like.
either.
Is
Purple?
that-
Purple with sparkles?
It has like sugar cookies on it, I think. Like,
What does sugar plum taste? I don't know.
know,
I thought it was
plums?
just a plum with a lot of sugar. So like it's a plum that sparkles.
but I'm
Sparkle
like,
plum.
I want to try that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, what if I need something savory? Like, what if I need actual food?
Okay.
So I think, oh gosh, now I really have to remember. I think it was at Friar Nook.
Yep.
And it's
Not
not,
the hand
the
pie.
Italian one. Is it
Oh.
the Italian one? The Italian tots? Did
There's
you get
two. Okay, so we got the Italian tots and we got the ham pie, and I hope this video comes out after the review came out. Otherwise, I'm kind of putting the cart in front of the mayor. But the tots were actually delicious,
Were they?
and I was not interested in them all because it was like the Italian tots. The description of like pot roast tater tots was like, oh God, why? They were so good. They were so
yeah, pot
flavorful,
roast.
and they were a
No,
little
it
bit
was
of
pot roast.
spice.
That was
Yeah.
on something.
Okay,
It
because
was
we
pot
also
roast
got the
something.
hand pie, which was like,
A ham pie.
yeah,
Got it?
and you know what? It wasn't bad. It just wasn't my jam. Like it was sweet. It was like sweet potato, the cubed ham. It was a weird texture thing, and I'm like, I didn't love it. But if I was able to have bought those tots again, I was at the Magic Kingdom yesterday, I would have bought them again yesterday. Yeah. So those, I would say those are your priority. And then, wait, what's the third item though?
No, that was the 3, because I was like, it was the
Reindeer?
two reindeer.
Oh,
the sugar
ice cream
plums,
and the thing, yeah.
and then
So I didn't
there
have
was
the
a
ice
pot
cream,
roast
so I can't
something.
weigh in
It was a
that.
pot roast something.
But get those. Go for those
was
first.
the pot roast at Annie Ann's? Annie Ann Pretzels. No, was it at Cosmic Race? Was there a pot roast thing there too? Did I make
Yeah,
that
there was
up?
a pot roast sandwich, and I had that on the first
Okay.
night, like a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
It
I think I
wasn't
saw that.
on the first night. It wasn't bad. It just didn't taste like anything. So it was like, I think in the description it was supposed to have like a sauce or something with it, and it didn't. So I think that we were missing an element from it. And then I also had the turkey burger, the holiday turkey burger there, and I didn't love it.
I don't know
Wait,
that
when
we did that.
you're going like soon?
Yeah, very soon.
Okay.
But
yeah.
speaking of holiday, you know, Thanksgiving was just a little bit
I'm familiar
ago.
with it.
Right, it's
Yeah.
a holiday.
Yeah,
If
you've
you're familiar,
heard of
gobble,
it.
gobble,
Have you heard of
wobble,
this
wobble.
holiday? It's called Thanksgiving. Yeah.
There's so many.
Brand new.
Brand new, mind-blowing.
I'm telling you, it doesn't have social media.
I will just tell you, turkey.
Yeah.
No.
Turkey, you heard of this?
We went to the Polynesian for
Oh, where'd you-
Thanksgiving for lunch.
where'd you go?
We went to Kona Cafe, and they actually had a Thanksgiving dinner there that you could
Oh,
get.
really?
Yeah, turkey and everything, reasonably priced. It wasn't terrible. I want to say it was like $30. I know that sounds high, but it was not only a Thanksgiving dinner, which had turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, which were delicious, and there was something else, but it came with a pumpkin tart at the end. That was included in the price, and the tart was delicious. More than enough seasoning in it in a great way.
I like your Bucky shirt. See?
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so good. But that's what we did for lunch. And
Yeah.
then we went around to the hotels and had a drink at like each hotel.
How was the crowds on Thanksgiving?
So we didn't go in the park. We actually just went to the hotels.
Was it,
to be able to-
were the hotels like bustling, or were they like?
I can't even speak. There was one that was, and it was the Grand Floridian.
Oh, really? Oh, I guess
It's the
the
gingerbread,
gingerbread house. I was gonna say, yeah. I feel like that gets crazy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, even just to get on the monorail, the line was just cascading down, and I was like, this is interesting.
No. Yeah.
But
At
other
that
than
point,
it
you
was
can
fine.
walk there now. If you're going to the park, just walk to the park from there.
Yeah.
It's especially with the weather lately. It's been nice, but yeah.
Oh, it was great. We did that, and we checked out the gingerbread house, and then we went to the Contemporary.
Thank you.
And we went to the Outer Rim to have a
Oh,
little
how was
drink.
that? Yeah. Were there seasonal drinks? No, not great. I don't love that area.
I hate saying negative things. The bartender was amazing with his personality. I will say that. He was actually great. So I did tip him well because
But
I
his
thought he was a great
craft?
personality. I drink espresso martinis. That's what I
Everywhere
drink.
lately. That's your
Everywhere.
drink,
That's
yeah.
my drink. Except for here, they don't have it. Otherwise, I would be getting that. And it was so bad that I returned it.
Sure they can't make that at like Brown Derby Lounge?
Oh no, they can. But they
Oh,
can't do
okay,
it here.
but we're at Baseline.
Yeah, we're at
Okay,
Baseline
yeah.
10. Hello.
Well, we'll wrap this up and we'll go
might
somewhere
go
else.
over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
New video there.
Yeah.
But it was so bad that I returned it.
Oh.
Like we grabbed our drinks, we walked to the gift shops, and we were going through, and I'm like sipping it, and I was like, will you try this?
Oh,
and they were
God.
like- And I was like, I can't. So I went back and I just got a vodka Coke because I was like, I know. Because I was like, I don't even want to fumble with any of this.
Yeah. Vodka Coke.
Oh, I actually like it.
Vodka soda, baby. It's
Yeah.
rum and Coke.
See, it was Thanksgiving. I was treating myself to sugar.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that. Well, thank you. I've run ashore,
Oh, yes.
so that means our time is up.
It is.
We could keep talking, and we'll have to have you back another day.
thanks.
Because I want to see what you thought about, doing the Christmas party. Hopefully it goes well for you. And, and I feel like just seeing how the holidays go, we'll have to do something in the new year.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Yeah. So thank you for coming out here. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching and listening. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Of course, leave comments and anything in the comment section of this. And don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when booking your next Walt Disney World vacation. That is going to do it for us, though.
Pansies.
Yeah, I don't know if we are done. We're just done with this video. So we'll figure that out when we're done. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brandon. Bye.
Thank you.